Hey, everybody. That's nice. They both came at the same time. Hey, it's Lewis Porter Jr., and you're here for another lovely episode of Transparency Agenda. Today is August the 14th. Only 12 more days to my birthday. Just saying. If you're thinking about a nice present, I like cash. It's very simple. It's very easy. I don't understand people who are like, oh, I would never do cash. I was like, what are you, stupid? Cash is great. It's cash. It's cash. How can't I love cash? I'm just saying. So here we are for another new week, new action. And of course, it's the week of Gen Con, or as I'm calling it, Gen Can't, because I will not be going. This is the umpteenth time. I haven't been to Gen Con since well, that's not true. When I moved from India, I went like 1 or 2 times, and that was it. It's kind of an issue to me. It's to the point of it's you know what, let's get into that in a second. We'll talk about Gen Con in a second because that's important and people want to talk about it. But let's do our regular routine first, going through all our stuff. First and foremost, let's hit all of our Kickstarters. Reaper Miniatures, I haven't seen what they're at, but I'm going to guess 1.7. Let's see if I'm pretty good at 1.7. Oh, 1.27. Ooh, they're evening off. Ooh, this thing may not be as big of a hint as I thought it was. This may be only a $2.5 million or $2 million Kickstarter. It sounds sad when you say it like that, like only a $2 million Kickstarter, but boom. And we got other Kickstarters going on. I'm going to talk about City of Seven Seraphs because they're friends, and we wanted to definitely push them. They are currently at $13,485. They have 26 days to go, and they're still short. They still need to raise another $15,000. So if you're a fan of Planescape and if you're a fan of Pathfinder, you might want to toss them some money to support them. They've shown some pretty cool artwork from the book. It looks really beautiful, I must say. I'm impressed by that. I think the artwork suits the style very well. I think that'll be very cool. I'm hoping that even if it gets to a good point, we might do something with NeoExodus that crosses over with them, since they'll kind of have a thing set up, and we don't want to do Planescape because that's beyond my skill level or my desire, but these guys have already done it, so we might find a great way to connect it. So we'll see what we can do on that. Hey, that'd be kind of cool. I think people appreciate that. And of course, Quest of Doom from Frog God is at 17,000 from their initial 6,000 goal. 26 days ago, 159 backers. They'll do well, as not a surprise. It looks like they're going to be doing a lot of material. I mean, to the point where I'm like, that's a lot of material. But if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. So that's why it's a good thing. So I'm assuming they'll do very well and be very happy. Isn't that crazy? Boom, how much money gets made on games and stuff so quickly. I love this. I love this industry. Next up, we've got the Patreons you should be following: Ask a Pathfinder, Clinton Boomer, Every Frame of Painting, which you should definitely be checking out. I keep talking about it very much, but I'm being serious. Jim Zub, who's a good writer friend of ours, also a role player, so that's another guy that you should check out. Lessons from the Screenplay, Liz Court's own Casey Stevens, Raging Swan, and Wright Publishing. All of these deserve your support. I mean, even as little as $1, toss them $1. That'll be awesome. They'll appreciate that. I would appreciate you sending them $1. It's not a big deal. It's only $1. I think they will appreciate that. And you can give $1. I mean, let's be honest. That's less than the Starbucks coffee you're going to buy. Think of it that way. You need to support RPGs. We can work hard out here. All right, next up, NeoExodus Legacies. We got some stuff. We're going to talk about that later, but that's some of the wait. Stonemeyer blog, Black Diamond Games. Oh, Stonemeyer has a new blog post for today. I just saw it. And this one I wanted to mention because I think you should go read it. Top 10 things you should know about Gen Con. That's something important. If you've never been, it's very important. Everybody's been, like I said, so it's good to know these things. Black Diamond Games, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Artist Jobs. I put this out last week, but I'm going to keep talking about this one because it's very important. I think it's something that people need to pay more attention to, especially since we have so many artist friends of ours. Artstation.com has a section that's specifically about finding jobs for freelancers and some permanent jobs too. So it covers lots and lots of different studios all over the U.S. and the world. Like Blizzard Entertainment has 16 open positions. High Res Studio in Alpharetta, Georgia, which is like outside of Atlanta, has 18. I think that's the one that Lee Hammock is working on. I'm not sure for sure, but like I said, is that Lee in the background? That might be. It's another hairy guy. They have 18 positions. Senior animator, lighting artist, Smite environmental artist, Paladin character artist, senior character artist, user interface, user experience designers, unknown project weapons, hard surface coder, senior VX artist, lead concept artist, animator, technical artist, FX artist, weapon hard face modeler, 2D artist. See, that's reading, guys. Mobile concept. They've got 18 jobs. Okay, they're looking for people. They need people. If you're an artist and you're watching this and you know me, go out and apply. Hell, Splash Damage of Bromley, London, the UK, has 28 job openings. 28. Cloud Imperious Games out of Wilmslow, United Kingdom, has 25 open jobs. Liza 2, let me see. Texas has 8. Who else is another big amount? Sushi Digital out of Sheffield, South Yorkshire, UK, has 11. CD Projekt Red out of Warsaw, Krakow, Poland, has 15. Bioware only has 4, which kind of makes me go, Axis Animation, Glasgow, United Kingdom, has 40 open jobs. 40. And sometimes these jobs, they actually fly you out there. They'll pay for relocation. Riot Games out of LA has 10. So, if you're an artist and you want to look for work and you say you can't find a job, apparently you're not looking at this site. This site is full of jobs, full of stuff. You should really go by and check it out. It's really important. I get stuff from every day, so I'm used to seeing it. But I think some of you have not seen it before, and you're just like, "Oh, I didn't know this was there." Well, here's a good way to make yourself some easy money. I mean, if you're serious about looking for work, these companies are looking for people. And if you're an artist and you're pretty good, you can get yourself a job. And I don't know about you, but getting a job in the video game industry seems like a big deal to me. Senior concept artist, Blizzard Entertainment, Irvine, California. Let's see the skill requirements: 5 years of concept drawing. Let's see what that. Where's the? They don't see the cool stuff. You have a passion for games. They usually tell you if they'll relocate you for a reasonable price, which I think is pretty cool. So some people list it, some people don't. They don't have it in this one. So maybe they might relocate you for a reasonable amount. Oh, there it is. Relocation assistance is offered. So if you live somewhere in Bufu, Egypt, and you think that maybe you're a good artist and you can do something, this could be your time to maybe jump ship, cross over, and become big time by working for a video game company. Because I've heard they pay pretty well. That's what I've heard. When I say that nicely, I mean that to everybody I know who works in that. They do pretty well cash wise. At least the artists do. That's my thought. All right. I must miss my thing. All right. So next up, on to our newly regular stuff. I'm probably going to add some more stuff on this list, of course. So for all who don't know, we just released our hybrid classes. For Pathfinder, our Anointed Guardian, which is the Paladin Summoner mashup. I guess call it a mashup. Some good water. So it's out and available through RPG Now. We're also selling it on our website. You can go there and check it out too. So, on my walk today, we were talking about people and getting people involved with your company and supporting it. And so I talked about I don't know if everybody's listened to it. So I'm going to say something that was kind of important. That something that's been talked about a long time ago. There it is. Kevin Kelly wrote this. Almost 10 years ago, but it's still very true. It's still a true statement. I think it's still solid, and I think it still works. I'm a big fan of it. Let me actually put the link here. Let me see if I can pull this off. I'll put the link in here so everybody can see it. So it's kind of important. Give me 1 second, please forgive me. I'm not the fastest typer here. Copy address. This is why I need another person helping with doing this. There's moments like this. I got to type, and it doesn't come out the way I want, and there's this big long thing, and boom. So, the basic premise of 1,000 True Fans is that any creative person who can generate, I'm putting this on YouTube too, can generate 1,000 True Fans can make a very good living doing that. So, and here's the theory. If you can get 1,000 True Fans to give you $10 a month, that's $10,000 a month you've generated in sales. $10,000 a month. Times that by 12 months, $120,000. A lot of companies don't do that. I mean, for like a gaming company, that'd be huge. So let's talk about this today. So let's suppose you could generate $10,000 a month Okay. And suppose you said, I'm going to take half that money and put half it away. We're not going to touch it. Just put it away. We're going to work with this one 5,000. Leave the other 5,000 alone. Don't touch it. Don't even think to it. We're going to do this other 5,000 right here. With this 5,000 right here, we can do a couple things. Number one, we can buy an artist. Well, we can get a freelancer. Get a freelance writer. We'll start with writer first. We got a freelance writer to write us roughly. Let's see, how many words would that be? Let's say, so 10,000 words would be $300. So 30,000 words. We're talking 3 cents a word. 30,000 words would be like 3 cents a word would be like $900. So boom, $900 to write. That's some good pay. You get an artist to do probably like, and that's and 30,000 words is roughly 45 pages, 48. So so then you're going to need somebody to do art. So let's say you're going to spend $600 on art. So 900 plus that makes 1,500. You need to get a editor to edit it, and they'll probably edit the same rate as what you pay. So that's 3 cents a word. That's $900. So that's 2,400. You'll probably need a cover of some type, but you can get a cover for $200, $300. But if you go all out, maybe you buy the super duper cover. Maybe pay a little bit more. Maybe pay like the $600 more to get yourself the super covers. That's $3,000 you spent. Now you got the remaining $2,000 just sitting there. That $2,000 comes to you as the publisher, because you're going to use that money to basically do stuff for yourself. That's your salary. That's gonna be some of your. Maybe you take $1,000 of it. Maybe you take the whole $2,000, but it's the $2,000 there for you to use like that. Or maybe you pay out bonus pay stuff to people. That's a thought. Oh, you did great work. Here's a bonus. It's a $200 bonus. Maybe you take $1,000 for yourself and give the other $1,000 out to the bonus to the guys who worked. They'd love that. Boom. So here we have that. So we have this going on. Now remember, we paid the artist, we paid the writer so they could produce a product for us. So boom, we got this whole new product. We then put the product together and then sell it online. And we sell it for whatever the price it's going to be, because it's 48 pages. So 48 pages, you can put 5, you can put 8, you can put $7 on that. $7, well, let's say 8. We'll do 8 because we'll do some quick math. You'll see what I say. You can put $8 on that. People won't freak out. It's it's expensive for PDF, but it's not horrible. So it's like, okay, it is what it is. And this will be easy for easy math later. So you have 1,000 people do that for you. They pay you $10. That's pretty good. But here's the cooler thing, the more interesting thing. Now, because everybody gives you 1,000, they're going to get a free copy. You might get more people to do it, but just like that's what I'm just talking on that point. Now, that same position we just did, let's flip it. Instead of we get 1,000 people give us $10, how about we get 10,000 people to give us $1? Okay, $1. Okay, that's you still get the same 10,000, but now you got 10,000 fans who are giving you all $1 a piece. What's the cool thing you can do right now? Well, remember the project you made, you said it was going to be $8, but they all give you $1. So I don't want to charge them like full price for this. So what I do for the people who are going here, I give them a massive discount. That's massive super discount. I give them 75% off the cover of the book. They can pick it up. 75% off. Remember, it's $8, so 75% off is $6. So it comes up to be $2. Now, I also got the other $1 from them. Remember, the original $1 I got. So I got them to pay for it. I asked them to pay me the $1, and then I got them to give me $2 more. So they're giving me $3 for this project. And the best part is, I still have this project paid for. I still have the same amount of money coming to me. I still have the extra $5,000 sitting on the side. And if you could replicate this every month, you would be in an awesome spot. Because remember, you're still getting the $1,000, $2,000 salary. You paid for everything. Everything's paid for. Your fans are happy. They get new material. The people who don't know about you know you get paid out new material every month. You get to hire guys and pay them relatively well. And you can even up the pay on them. You can up the pay. You can up the pay on this. You can up the pay to the writers to even like, even 5 cents a word. It'd be like, oh, that's an extra. How much would that be? So 150, 1,500. Be 1,500, 2,100. They still the same. 200, 2,000. You still would have like $1,500 to yourself to do whatever you wanted. Not a bad deal. I mean, it's not a bad deal. But that's the thing. You got to find the 1,000 people to do it. So the most logical way I think that you could do that is with organized play. And see how this ties into it. So you build the organized play system together. And Paizo's doing the exact same thing, just because, you know, Starfinder has an organized play. They started with an organized play. Right off the bat, organized play. Bam! What does that tell you about what they're doing? They know how important organized play is because it helps develop the marketing side of it. Most companies don't start with organized play. Most companies start with a cool book, and they put out some more cool books, and they put out some more cool books, and then they have to go out trying to sell the books to people to get them interested in. But what they never do is start with an organized play and start from there and getting that fan base together. Because remember, 1,000 true fans. 1,000 true fans. You know, and if you want to flip this, let's say we do the 1,000 true fans. Maybe it's $5. Maybe it's $5 for the 1,000. That's still $5,000 you've raised. You can do a lot with $5,000, as I just proved to you right there. You know, keeping all the numbers the same, 5,000 is still pretty good for 1,000 people giving you that every month. There's ways to make these numbers work always in your favor. You just got to figure out what's best for you. And I think getting more and more people interested in what you're doing and the playing your game is always number one. And that should be the precedent of what you're doing. And this goes back to Gen Con. You know, Gen Con is a great idea, and I think it's great that people go. But at the same time, I know a lot of people don't go, but they can't afford it. They physically can't afford it. There's not enough rooms. You know, having lived in Indianapolis for a couple of years, you know, I understand their mentality. They don't want to really build anything bigger, and they really need to. It is literally at the maximum point. This is where they should be thinking about, okay, where we're going to be in the future. This is Gen Con 50. It's all important. Yeah, it's great. But they have to be thinking in the future because they're not building anything else. They can't build anything else in Indy. So it's like, what do you do? Where do you hold this thing? Where else could you got to find it somewhere that people can go and where the freaking unions don't kill you. And, you know, could it be somewhere in Dallas? I don't know. Dallas isn't big enough to hold this. Vegas, of course, but you got to deal with the unions. But but Vegas isn't in the center of the country, because once it's in the center of the country, you should get easier flights. But flying to Vegas, most places fly to Vegas. Most major cities fly to Vegas because what it is, we have a lovely red eye that flies from here to Vegas all the time in Fort Lauderdale, and I've flown it back many times. So you know it's very possible. I think Vegas would be a smart long-term decision, but once again, it's Vegas. You know, how many people can you get in the surrounding area around Vegas to come? You're going to get everybody 4 hours away from California and all that whole area, maybe out to what? Phoenix, maybe? I don't know the Southwest as much as I should. Sorry, people. It isn't one of my fortes. I'm an East Coast guy, born and bred. Well, not really born and bred, but definitely bred, not born. I was born in Chicago, but I'm definitely East Coast guy. If you ever wanted to know, Louis Porter Jr., East Coast, all the way. Biggie Smalls. That's right, son. So let's take a little look on the map here. All right, so Las Vegas, California, Phoenix, Utah. I wouldn't say a lot of gamers. I'd say a fair amount of gamers, but not like a lot. You get like, you might even get the folks in San Francisco to come, that whole thing. You might get to pull that. That's if they pulled there. It's a possibility. Dallas. Dallas, you can probably get a lot of southern states, but I don't think you get enough people. Indianapolis kind of fits in that spot. That's kind of that sweet spot. Now, here's something that could happen. They could move to St. Louis. Close. Not as close, but close. Still, you can draw a lot of people, the same amount of people. Maybe the same distance. Maybe a little closer, maybe a little farther for some people. But St. Louis is a possibility. Louisville, Kentucky could be a possibility. I don't know much about Louisville, Kentucky, but I'd assume that it'd be close enough that you could draw the people. That's the whole thing. Chicago would be nice, but I think it's like Milwaukee. It's like you got to deal with Teamsters, and Milwaukee is just too small now. Milwaukee just is not the same size. So if I was them, St. Louis, Louisville, I wouldn't say, oh God. Yeah, I would say Nashville, because Memphis you can't fly into. Memphis is the world's worst airport. My God, it costs me more money to fly from Fort Lauderdale to Memphis than it costs me to fly from Fort Lauderdale to Seattle. Yeah, you tell me what's wrong with that. That was crazy. That was just like insane. Yeah, Justin, they might be contracted to 2021, but they're going to be looking because I mean, think about it, man. That's a massive project for them to leave Indy. It's it's not going to happen overnight, and they're contracted to 2021, 2022. They might be like, forget this, because I'm guessing I'm going to bet you they're already at the maximum capacity now. They said they sent out an email yesterday. So they've already sold out tickets. All the tickets, every ticket they possibly had is gone. I want you to think about that. You cannot, as a person, drive up there and buy a ticket because there are no more tickets available. Not like there's no more 4-day tickets available. There's no more tickets available. You got a problem. You got a massive problem. But you're returning people away? You know, is that a good thing? When has that ever been a good thing? So I think, I think they're going to be contracted there to that time, and they're going to run it out, and then they're going to go somewhere else. And maybe it might be a better deal, like for someone like me, who can fly to somewhere else. Because Indy. Look, I lived at Indy. I know what Indy's about. I understand it. It is not one of my favorite places for many reasons, but it is not suitable anymore to hold Gen Con. It isn't. It just isn't. And that's where we are now. It's not suitable. What are they going to do? They're maxed out of space. They got some problems. Is it big enough? They're going to develop the organization for big cities. Oh yeah. Justin, I assume a lot of big cities would be trying to sway them away. But it's also they run the same problem that like major comic book conventions run into. We need enough space where people will come and travel. Like, in South Florida, we have 2 cons down here. We have a con in Miami, and now we have a con in Fort Lauderdale. And they're kind of the opposite ends of the calendar. One's in December, and one's in the summer. Well, just happened, just like 4th of July, like mid-July. Here's the cool thing. Both cons are run by the same person. So you tell somebody, hey, well, have you come down for the summer? Who doesn't want to come down to South Florida in the summer? And then you tell people, hey, would you like to come down to South Florida in the middle of winter where we'll be wearing shorts? Well, maybe you'll have some pants on, like 2 or 3 days will be actually cool. And cool for Florida, if you don't know, is 60 degrees. That's cool for us. That is legitimately, we will be wearing scarves and sweaters at that level. 60 degrees. Yeah, you're laughing, but I mean it seriously. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens at Gen Con. I think this is going to be one of the biggest ones. And I think this is going to be one of those things that's going to be too big. Too many people have come, they've maxed out, too many things don't get happen. And I think it's a backlash. Because we always knew that this was coming and people have been complaining, but this is something you got to think of, And, as someone who'd like to eventually go someday, maybe take my son and even do business there, it's going to be tough to do it if I can't get a hotel room. Another problem. And, and everything's overbooked and I can't get anything to play. So what we going to do now? What can I say? All right. That's it for tonight. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to finish up some stuff. I got to talk to Jeff Lee about the Headhunter hybrid class we're working on, the Barbarian plus the Witch. Still, if we're going to see if we're going to do some more. Some people have been telling us, oh, why don't you do the Monk Sorcerer? I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's not a good combination for me. But we're going to see about some cool stuff. We're going to make some cool stuff for you. And, of course, we're going to make sure it works for NeoExodus Legacies, which shouldn't be a problem. And just do cool stuff. Cool stuff for this. All right. Thank you for everybody coming by and watching. We really appreciate it. Come by, looking at our show. As always, subscribe here on YouTube, over here, or right in front here on Facebook. Most importantly, go tell your loved ones, your parents, your family members, the person that you love the most. Tell them that you love them, tell them that you miss them, tell them you've been thinking about them. They'll appreciate that. Go tell your children, your kids, your stepchildren, the kids, anybody you're taking care of, tell them that you love them, tell them they're amazing, and you want them to do the best because you love them that much. They'll appreciate that even more. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to do some work. And as always, thank you for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow with another new show, probably comic book related, just stuff you can think about, or maybe we'll talk about more Gen Con because it's the week of Gen Con. You got to get prepared. Oh, and of course, Starfinder's coming out this week, so I'm guessing everyone's going to be losing their mind, going crazy, trying to buy stuff. You know how that's going to be. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.